Hi Year 6, welcome to week 2 of your home learning. I hope you had a really lovely weekend and you've had a chance for a nice relax and you're ready to start up with your home learning again for the week. So for maths, we're going to start the week by practicing dividing by 10, 100 and 1,000. So a little warm up to start with. This is building on the work that you did last week, multiplying by 10, 100 and 1,000. We've done some fact webs like this in class as well already. What I'd like you to do is use the fact of 6 times 7 equals 42 to come up with a fact web by multiplying those numbers by 10, 100 or 1,000. So for example, you could write 60 times 7, which is 420. See if you can come up with at least 6 different facts. Pause the video now while you're having a go. So here are some of the facts you could have come up with. 60 times 7 is 420, or 6 times 70 is 420. 6 times 700 is 4,200, and 600 times 7 is also 4,200. And 60 times 70 is 4,200. If you want to take it up another column, then 600 times 70 is 42,000, and so on. So moving on to today's learning, we are going to divide by 10, 100 and 1,000 a day today. So have a little think about what happens when you divide a number by 10. Pause the video while you have a think. So it's shown on the place value table here. If you start with a number, in this example 68, and divide by 10, the number then gets 10 times smaller. So that means that the digits move one column to the right. The decimal point stays where it is. It's the digits that move down one column. What happens if you divide a number by 100? If we go back to our starting number of 68, when we divide by 100, the digits move 2 columns to the right because the number gets 100 times smaller. So our 6 moves from the tens column down through to the tenths column. The 8 moves from the ones column through to the hundredths column. And because we now haven't got any ones, we need a placeholder. So we need our 0 as our placeholder. So our final number is 0.68. Now, what happens when you divide a number by 1,000? Well, again, you can see it here in our place value table. When you divide a number by 1,000, it gets 1,000 times smaller, so the digits move 3 columns to the right. If we go back to our starting number of 68, when we divided by 10, it moved down 1 column to 6.8. When we divided by 100, it moved down 2 columns to 0.68. And when we divided by 1,000, the digits move down 3 columns, or 3 columns to the right. So the 6 that was in the tens column is now in the hundredths column, and the 8, which started in the ones column, is now in the thousandths column. Again, we need to use zeros as placeholders, so our final answer is 0.068. What I'd like you to do now is to draw a place value chart. You can draw it in a notebook if you have one, or you can just draw on any paper that you have available. And what you're going to do is to use it to show these numbers divided by 10, 100 and 1,000. So what happens when you divide 62 by 10, and then when you divide it by 100, and then by 1,000. You're going to try the same for 3.45, for 201, and for 7. When you finish doing that, then there's work on the website for you to have a go at. So if you take a look, there's some core reasoning and problem solving using your knowledge of dividing by 10, 100 and 1,000. There's also an extension task. Now that's optional. If you'd like to do a bit more, then please feel free. There's some test-based questions, so questions that have come up at SATs in the past few years. So if you'd like to do those, then please have a go. The answers follow at the end of that document. But the main thing is that you do the core work and that you check that and have a look through the answers. And as usual, if you would like to check anything with us, please do email and get in touch. And we love to see your work. So please do send that through if you'd like to.